Diablo 2 is easily one of my favorite games of all time. I consider it almost perfect, right up there with Ocarina of Time, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VII, etc. It's definitely the game I've bought more than any other game. I swear I've bought these CD keys probably 10 times or more. Diablo 2 Resurrected has been out for a little over a week now, and I wanted to give my initial thoughts on the product. Keep in mind that these are only my experiences playing on PC, as I haven't played it on the console, and I don't really plan on doing so because to me Diablo 2 will always be a PC game. We'll start with the pros, and there's plenty of them. The first and most important one to me is the gameplay is mostly untouched. For those of us who love and still play the original, this is a big deal. There's something about Diablo 2's hack and slash gameplay that just feels right, and luckily Diablo 2 Resurrected feels just as good. The next pro, and easily the most obvious to look at, is the graphics. The game looks fantastic. It's not going to blow you away with realism compared to other modern titles, but this visual upgrade is nothing to scoff at. And kind of tying in with my first pro, the ratios and depth of the maps are maintained from the original. They just now have a sleek new polish and can be played at a higher resolution, thank God. And lastly, there are various quality of life improvements. While I do think the original is a pretty much perfect game, I can admit when certain changes are for the better. Diablo 2 Resurrected adds a few of these, with some notable examples being the shared stash tabs and auto pickup for gold. Now let's get to what I consider the cons of Diablo 2 Resurrected. The first one I want to address was the release. The release was a little messy. Online servers were routinely crashing, with some players being unable to even launch the game for many hours after release. It's hard to understand why these issues are so common in 2021 when a game launches, especially one that had a relatively smooth beta test period. My biggest complaint right now with the game are the load times. This is because you experience them constantly. You're always going through TPs or portals or waypoints, and the game takes forever sometimes to load. Just switching from the rogue encampment to the Kurast docks should not take this long. I mean, look at this. Maybe a minor gripe to some, as it doesn't hinder you from playing, but still, this is annoying and needs to be fixed. Another con I want to touch on is the profanity filter in the game. The profanity filter is enabled and you cannot change it by default. It's not a big deal, it doesn't really prevent you from playing and enjoying the game. I just wish that they had an option where you could turn it on or off. Honestly, those are all of my cons. I think Diablo 2 Resurrected is really good. To me, the team that worked on Diablo 2 Resurrected did a great job preserving the original while giving us a new, updated, modern look at it. This game is a classic, and if you haven't played Diablo 2, give it a shot. It's one of the greatest games ever for a reason. That's all I got for today. Thank you guys, and I'll see you again real soon.